Allen Iverson is one of the most hated, most loved, and most recognizable players in the history of the game. Iverson's haters will say he is a punk, a criminal. They say he brought a bad image to the NBA and was a ball hog who never led the Sixers to a championship. He was a me-first guy, but Iverson's supporters will say he battled through a rough upbringing. They will say he is the best little man in the history of the game and one of the most dominant scorers ever. But whatever the case, in this video we are going to talk about the rise, fall, and eventual disappearance of Allen Iverson. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Early life. Iverson's life was never easy. He was born to a single mother, a 15-year-old one at that. Growing up in Hampton, Virginia, a city where whites and blacks preferred to roll with their own kind, Iverson grew up not having it easy. His family was poor and most of his friends had been arrested multiple times. Iverson didn't have much, but he did have one thing: sports. He attended Bethel High School, which he started as a quarterback for the school football team, while also playing running back, kick returner, and defensive back. He also started at point guard for the school basketball team. During his junior year, Iverson was able to lead both teams to Virginia state championships, as well as earn the Associated Press High School Player of the Year award in both sports. Jail. Everything seemed to be going well for Iverson. It appeared he found his calling and a way to make a good life for himself. However, that was put in jeopardy on February 14, 1993. Iverson and a group of friends were at a bowling alley in his hometown of Hampton, Virginia. There was a large group of white men bowling as well, and no one really knows what happened next. Some accounts have Iverson's friends going up to and making fun of the white men. Other accounts have the white group referring to Iverson and his friends as the N-word, throwing the first punches. But what happened next is known, as an all-out brawl ensued. Iverson was arrested for supposedly hitting a white woman over the head with a chair, knocking her unconscious. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, 10 months with good behavior on 3 felony accounts. Iverson ended up serving 4 months in jail and was granted clemency by the governor because of insufficient evidence. The next news surrounding Iverson was more positive. He had been offered a scholarship to play for Georgetown. College career. In his first season at Georgetown in 94-95, Iverson won the Big East Rookie of the Year award and was named to the All-Rookie Tournament first team. In his second and final season at Georgetown in 95-96, Iverson led the team to a Big East championship and all the way to the Elite 8 round of the NCAA tournament, where they lost to the Massachusetts Minutemen. He ended his college career as the Hoyas' all-time leader in career scoring average at 22.9 points per game. Iverson was named as a first-team All-American and the first East Defensive Player of the Year in each of his 2 seasons at Georgetown. Following his sophomore year, Iverson declared for the '96 NBA draft. He was the first player under Coach Thompson to leave Georgetown early for the NBA. Early NBA career. Iverson was chosen first overall in the '96 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. Although he was one of the smallest players in the league, standing 6 feet tall and weighing 165 pounds, Iverson immediately made a splash, leading his team with a scoring average of 23.5 points per game and winning Rookie of the Year honors. His quickness and his signature crossover dribble often left even the best defenders helpless. Rise of Allen Iverson. Aided by the arrivals of Theo Ratliff, Eric Snow, Aaron McKie, and new coach Larry Brown, Iverson continued to help the 76ers move forward the following season, as they improved 9 games to finish 31-51. The lockout-shortened 98-99 season would mark great improvement for the 76ers. Iverson averaged 26.8 points and was named to his first All-NBA first team. The Sixers finished the season at 28-22, earning Iverson his first trip to the playoffs. He started all 10 playoff games and averaged 28.5 points per game, despite being hampered by a number of nagging injuries. Iverson led the Sixers to an upset over the number 3 seeded Orlando Magic in 4 games, before losing to the Indiana Pacers in the second round in 6 games. Peak of his career. During the 2000-2001 season, Iverson led his team to a franchise record 10-0 start to the season and was named a starter at the 2001 NBA All-Star Game, where he won the game MVP. The Sixers posted a 56-26 record on the year, the best in the Eastern Conference that season, earning the top seed. He also averaged a then career-high 31.1 points, winning his second NBA scoring title in the process. Iverson won the NBA steals title at 2.5 a game. Iverson was named NBA Most Valuable Player at 6 feet and 165 pounds. He became the shortest and lightest player to win the MVP award. He had 93 first-place votes out of a possible 124. He was also named to the All-NBA First Team for his accomplishments. In the playoffs, Iverson and the Sixers defeated the Indiana Pacers in the first round, before meeting Vince Carter-led Toronto Raptors in the Eastern semifinals. The series went to the full 7-game. Iverson led the Sixers to the first finals since their '83 championship. Downfall, early playoff exits, and frustration. First off their trip to the NBA Finals, Iverson and the Sixers entered the 01-02 season with high expectations, but were plagued by injuries, and only able to muster a 43-39 record to barely get into the playoffs. Iverson averaged 31.4 points per game to earn his second consecutive scoring title. The 76ers lost to the Boston Celtics in their first round of the playoffs, 3-2 in the 5-game series. After the defeat, Brown criticized Iverson for missing team practices. Larry Brown left Philly after the 2002-2003 season, in which the 76ers performed badly, and Iverson's play and attitude in the city was never the same. He and his new coach, Chris Ford, had a whole slew of problems with each other. Ford didn't just let Iverson skip practice, he suspended him if he did so. Iverson got in trouble for not telling the coach that he was sick and would miss a game, also refusing to play at one point because Ford wanted him to come off the bench while he was coming back from an injury. Ending years of his career. Despite beef with 2 more coaches, Iverson stayed with Philly until 2006 when he was traded to the Denver Nuggets. Iverson joined Carmelo Anthony, and they were number 2 and number 1 leading scorers in the NBA respectively. Yet, Iverson had more problems with the refs. They hated him, and he hated them back. Later, when Tim Donaghy wrote a book and went on TV after his scandal, he admitted that refs ganged up and said that they would not make calls in Iverson's favor. His off-court behavior fueled the fire as well. He recorded a hip-hop song that was never released, supposedly because it was extremely homophobic. He was arrested for possession of marijuana and guns. He was always getting in trouble at casinos and was actually banned from Atlantic City. Iverson's play declined as he had brief stints with the Pistons, Grizzlies, and Sixers again. Iverson played in Turkey for Besiktas, but he played for only 10 games. In January 2013, Iverson received an offer to play with the Texas Legends of the NBA D-League, but he declined. On October 30th, 2013, Iverson announced his retirement from basketball, citing he lost his desire to play. And that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and if you have stuck around in this video this far, then I would suggest you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Also, do drop your comments below of what you think of Allen Iverson as a player. See you in the next video. Till then, peace out.